Hi, I'm Maddie Privet.
And I'm Tyler Cohen.
Get ready, West Broward,
because Bobcat Broadcast starts now. September has shown us a lot, from remembering all of those who have fallen in one of the country's greatest tragedies to helping our neighbors 70 miles away when they needed it most.
That's right. In fact, we're here in front of the Pembroke Pines' very own 9/11 Memorial at the Charles F. Dodge Center to show our respects.
On today's show, we'll take a look at the gap of perspectives between those born before and after 9/11.
How an interactive off-Broadway show brings all walks of life together.
And an art show that is taking great strides for the inclusion of all.
As the years go on, it seems as though some events, no matter the magnitude, lose the impact they once had. In the case of 9/11, there's a clear division of impact between those who witnessed the catastrophe live and those who only heard about it from the people who came before them. Brandon Vasquez can shed some light on the topic.
On September 11th, 2001, the world was shaken to its core. A terrorist organization known as Al-Qaeda attacked the World Trade Center in New York City. For a day, the nation as a whole sat in their living rooms, glued to their TV, as they watched the horrible sights of one of the most notoriously disturbing days in our country's history.
We didn't believe it at first, and then, because at first you saw the planes hit the building, you said, okay, they hit the building. All right, everybody in the building. No one thought that the whole two towers were going to collapse. So shocking was the thought that was going through. And then sadness after that, I think the whole country had. What it did do is it brought people in the United States together.
What happened was that because of all the smoke, you didn't really see how it was falling. As we now know, they all pancaked onto each other. Okay, but the way that I saw it looked as though it toppled. And what happened was when I saw it and thinking that it toppled, the first thing in my mind was 20,000 dead.
But kids don't seem to care. For this generation, it seems to be just a curriculum requirement that comes around every September. It's more of a fabled story than a tragic event. And with every year that passes by, the students that get told this story care less and less.
I think there is somewhat of a lack of learning about 9/11 because we only focus on it on September 11th. We don't really study about it anytime besides that throughout the year.
Since they didn't live through it, it doesn't really impact them. It'll have to take something major, like a school shooting at Parkland. That impacts them more than I think 9/11. They might have seen it on TV or heard about it from their parents, but on a personal level, I don't think it impacts them as much as people that actually, went through that and the days and months and years after.
Hearing 9/11 every single year on September 11th or towards the day that date, it does get repetitive. So a lot of times, I know I don't tune it out, but my friends will just kind of take it as an easy grade or something that we're hearing every year, and we don't really focus on it a lot.
I review about it. Kids ask me questions about it, but it's nothing formal, so I can't even fault them for that. We're so busy trying to, deal with standardized tests, which come in May, so that doesn't give us the time allotted so that we can be serious about something like 9/11.
Obviously, my kids in 2002, 2003, 2004, they still remember, but then slowly it stopped. The students I have now they only know from, every September 11th, there's a commemoration, what's that about? And then they go back to their Snapchat and okay.
I think the school teaches us enough to know what it's about and when it happened and the impact that it had, or the basic impact that it had, but that's about all I could tell you about it, and I don't really know what else there was to it.
This moment in time changed the world forever. A whole generation grew up without experiencing an event that would define a country's security and pride. If anything, kids will forever and always only know 9/11 as a tale out of time. For WB-TV, I'm Brandon Vasquez.
During that time of hardship, the country came together in ways never seen before. In today's day and age, we are experiencing a resurgence of that same togetherness due to the hurricane that recently devastated the Bahamas. When Dorian made landfall, it shook the islands to its core, leaving about 70,000 people homeless and without essential resources. The community of Pembroke Pines has been collecting materials and necessities to help the Bahamians get past this troublesome time. Talia Kaplan can fill you in.
Luckily, we here in South Florida just narrowly avoided Hurricane Dorian, but our friends at the Bahamas weren't as fortunate. They were devastated by the then Category 5 storm, and the hurricane left a trail of destruction in a wake, leaving many without a sense of hope. Here in South Florida, many people have gathered to send needed supplies to get the Bahamas through this hard time.
Well, the tragedy that happened in the Bahamas that could have very well come to us just moved me, and we didn't realize that we were going to get so much outpour from the communities. So we were blessed that so many families came. We were collecting goods on Friday till 11:30 p.m. And a lot of families, even from Estancia's community, they came in with 9 SUVs full of supplies. So we were very happy to receive that. We're very blessed. We're very fortunate that we were spared that hurricane, but unfortunately, all the folks down in the Bahamas did not. So whatever we can do to help them. And one of the things that I take most pride on is teaching them how to help the community. When the hurricane struck Key West, we did take some rotisserie chicken out there. We collected a lot of money. And we're always trying to help the community, whether it's here or with Hurricane Harvey, wherever they need us. I send out an email, my parents respond. I'm truly, truly blessed that I'm able to help and able to get so many families to participate in our volunteer efforts.
This tragedy has brought people of all ages together to support the islands affected. It's clear to see that our community is doing everything in its power to help out the less fortunate.
You don't really notice like how fast the time goes by because you're just continuing to like pack things up, and it's just like motivation to just keep going because you're helping other people. I think it's really important to help out because we're so lucky and like we have so much that so many people around the world don't have, so we should give back as much as we can because they're like our neighbors. When I come out here, like I'm in my zone, I'm just like really in my element, just helping other people. It's a really big motivation, so the time just passes by and you're just like continuing to work, and it's just really easy to just keep going.
It is having fun. Being out here is not just doing work and stuff, it's having fun while doing it. There's a lot to be done, and it's just like not helping if you just sit there and not really do anything.
I feel that we all have a duty to help. I feel that we all have a duty to help everyone that we can. My mom taught me when I was a little girl, always do your best, always help anyone in need, and I think I've grown up with that pretty much instilled in me. And as far back as I can remember, I've always been participating in community drives in any way, shape, or form that I can.
Many people have gathered together despite the overwhelming heat, all for one cause. This desire to help others gives hope to the less fortunate. For WBTV, I'm Talia Kaplan reporting.
It really is heartwarming to hear the good that's being done by people of all ages. Every year, the Adrian Arts Center for Performing Arts holds their flagship event, Arts Launch. It's a convention that exposes all ages to the arts. With that being said, the main event this year was Hamiltunes, a sing-along extravaganza to the many hits of the Broadway sensation Hamilton. Melissa Tipiani can hit the notes about this amazing community event.
With theater season starting, it's no wonder people come from far and wide to witness the arts in its purest form. Ranging from off-Broadway productions to dance performances, this is a sure way to put the brightest talents on display and show what South Florida has to offer.
As we roll out the upcoming season of the arts for the South Florida community, we have over 100 arts organizations that have kicked off the season with us here at the Arts Center today.
So what it's become now is the biggest free community event in Miami that includes the performing arts and other arts disciplines.
One of the biggest exhibits coming to Arts Launch 2019 is Hamiltunes. It's an interactive activity that lets the audience immerse themselves into the multi-Tony award-winning production and sing to some of their favorite songs.
In one of our big halls, we have Hamiltunes, the official sing-along event for Hamilton.
It's so special for us at the Arts Center today that Hamiltunes, part of the Hamilton production, is here with us at Arts Launch because it really brings a vibrancy to our Broadway subscription series here at the Arts Center, which everybody is a fan of and everybody comes to the Arts Center to witness. But it's also a way to get young people involved in the arts. And a lot of young people in our community have signed up to sing the Hamilton songs today. And so it's a way for us to really not only introduce the arts to young people, but for young people to showcase their talents and their dreams and their aspirations of one day being a Hamilton star themselves in their upcoming career.
Children of all ages are just getting into Hamilton. Like I'm always surprised at how young someone all of a sudden knows all of the lyrics to Hamilton. It's really awesome. So imagine seeing that where you've got more than 1,000 people that are laughing along with you, or something great happens and you cheer or you want to clap. It's so exciting, the energy in the room, you cannot replace that.
It was almost like we all came together as one because everyone was singing as like in unison and everyone knew it, and it was like a big community of like Hamilton fans. Everyone was laughing, everyone was happy. It was just fun and all. Everyone supports you no matter what you do. There's no laughing at anyone if they messed up, just it's all support.
When you get to go to a big event, especially when it's music and art and you're all doing something together, the same wavelengths, the same music, oh, it's just a beautiful thing. And you feel good. You feel enriched about it. You want to do it again.
All of its recent successes show no signs of stalling. Every year, more and more people come to experience the spectacle that is Arts Launch. This annual event is a beacon of light for the Miami area, and every year the community gets closer because of it, regardless of race or age. Through all of this, one thing is certain. Arts Launch is here to stay. For WBTV, this has been Melissa Tipiani.
I'm gonna have to make sure to stop by when Arts Launch comes back next year.
Yeah, I'll go with you, but for now, let's go to a break.
We'll be right back.
Fast food could quite possibly be our undoing. With every bite that we take, we grow more and more accustomed to a cycle of being overly dependent on food that doesn't benefit us whatsoever. Obesity is an enormous problem in the United States. 2 out of 3 people are considered to have obesity, according to the NIDDK. But this epidemic might be worsening due to our laziness, as it is a major restaurant chains create drive-thrus because we as a society are too lazy to get out of our cars and wait in line. Companies that promote such laziness, like DoorDash and Postmates, take it a step further by bringing the food to our houses. According to a study done by Eric Zion, Uber Eats, an extremely popular delivery service, experienced a spike in usage and grew 230% in the past year. These big-name brands bring all the fast food that we know and love right to our doorstep, all for a measly delivery fee. You can pretty much get everything from a hamburger to a simple snack like ice cream through these apps. Why should we allow ourselves to not be willing to leave the house for something so simple? In theory, these companies and their services are amazing, but in the long run, they could really be hurting our health. It might be a nice commodity to have, but it causes us to be overly reliant on other people rather than ourselves. Instead of staying home and waiting for our food to get there, we should go out and get the food ourselves. At least this way we would be moving a little to offset any food we're about to eat. With how lazy we are getting as a race, it's only a matter of time until our lethargicness catches up with us. For WBTV, I'm Rain Jones reporting.
Welcome back.
For the past few years, the Sunrise Institute of Fine Arts has been home to an art show that differs from most.
Do not be fooled though. Even though these artists have to go through a little bit more to execute their work, it is just as breathtaking.
Andrea Guzman can paint the picture.
Red, the purple, that's called a moonfish. Everything.
Beyond the doors of the Sunrise Institute of Fine Arts in Miami, Florida, lies an art show that is different than most. The artists here are faced with a disability, whether that be physical or emotional. Through the art show, these individuals get to display their creative side, while simultaneously defying the odds.
What makes this art show different from the art show that I was at is the people that are participating in this art show. These people have different disabilities, but they come together and they prove that, even though you have disabilities, it's not about your disabilities, it's about the abilities that you do have.
How much would one of that cost for me?
On the surface, it may seem like the disabilities the artists are faced with are life-altering. Even still, they don't let what may be seen as an obstacle to distract them from their goals and aspirations.
I was just born with a lot of physical disabilities, but I haven't let that stop me from living a normal life as much as I can.
Even though they're not like as functional as other people. That doesn't mean that they can't come up with new ways and ideas to be able to finish artwork or other activities, in our daily lives.
Art has given me an opportunity to put my ideas and put my emotions, good or bad, on paper. When I'm done with the pieces, I can show them to the world, and somehow they can sort of see through my art on what I've been through and what I have to offer the world.
Chris DeVito wants the audience to see that this art show isn't just a showcase of the artist's creativity, bounded by impairments, but an expedition through their imagination, as if it was any other art show.
I just want them to experience the same things I experience as an artist when I do my shows. And I always show them my art show results, and they're always like, when are we gonna have our own art show? So the reason why I do these art shows is because that's their request. That's what they want. So I'm just, fulfilling that promise.
Movie, man.
Expressing themselves on a platform like any other gives artists the freedom to display their talents in many ways unparalleled.
Art has given me an outlet to express myself. Also, with me having physical disabilities, it's also given me an outlet to share passion, life lessons, and also just to share ideas from people from all walks of life.
This exhibition not only helps the artists display their craft, but inspires the audience when they see a beautiful piece made by someone physically or mentally challenged.
It's not a showcase of disabilities, it's a showcase of their abilities, point blank. So when people come in here, they don't think, okay, these people are disability and this is the ability they have. No, they come here like, okay, this is what they can do, and it's just amazing to see. It's very inspiring as well, because when you see someone in a wheelchair who can barely move his hand, but he paints something, and he accomplishes it, that's a very inspiring thing to do,
At first I didn't want to do it at all, but when I got into it, I really enjoyed it. And it kind of relaxes me a little bit, and helps me a little bit with my disability.
Instead of being seen as someone with an impairment, the artists wish to be viewed as a regular person, contributing their talents for other people's enjoyment.
Well, it's like the old saying goes that everyone has a talent, and I found that my talent is in art, among other things. From now until whenever, I'm just going to express myself and do as much art as I can to get my message across.
So when they see other people buy their art, and when they see this crowd come in, it really shows them that there's somebody in this world, that they're not just another block in the wall. They're actual people, individuals who are appreciated and loved and cherished.
If you're given different circumstances, you can either A, do nothing and let it stop you, or you can just say, F that and just live a normal life, or live a life that you think you deserve, and that's what I set out to do. I want people to not see me as a guy with disabilities. I just want them to see that I'm a talented artist. I have a lot to offer the world.
Art shows like this push the boundaries of creativity and imagination of the artists involved, and this particular one leaves just as much as an impact on the artist as the audience. For WBTV, this has been Andrea Guzman reporting.
That was so inspiring, Maddie. The saying, you can't judge a book by its cover, really holds up.
Absolutely. Well, that just wraps it up for the month of September.
We hope that we could show you just how much good comes out of our community and what makes it so special. This has been Tyler Cohen
and Maddie Privet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.